All right, ready to dive into something kind of unsettling.
Oh, should I be worried?
Well, let's just say it involves things we all probably think about health and wellness.
Ah, okay, sure. Everyone wants to be healthier. Right.
Right, but that desire can make us vulnerable. We're talking about health and wellness scams.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
It is. We dug into a huge article that, well, it's kind of shocking how big this problem is.
I can imagine. People are always looking for that quick fix.
Exactly. And scammers exploit that. They know we want that magic pill, that effortless solution.
Makes sense. So what kind of things are we talking about here? Like just fad diets?
Oh, it goes way beyond that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you know that something like 40% of weight loss supplements they tested didn't even have the ingredients they listed on the label?
Whoa. That's scary.
It's a wild west out there.
It is. And I guess it's not just about falling for a silly fad diet. It's about understanding why these scams work, right?
You got it. They play on our anxieties, our desire to be healthier, look younger, feel better.
So it's deeper than just like being gullible.
Exactly. It's about the psychology.
And the lack of regulation in some parts of the industry doesn't help.
It's true. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What are like the most common traps people fall into?
Well, miracle weight loss stuff is a classic. Diet pills promising to burn fat while you sleep, or those teas that claim to suppress your appetite.
Yeah. You see those ads everywhere. Lose 10 pounds in a week.
Exactly.
Right.
But what's actually in those products?
That's the scary part. Sometimes it's stuff that can be downright dangerous.
Oh, no.
Unlisted stimulants, even banned substances sometimes.
Wow.
And then some are just like glorified laxatives.
So you're not really losing weight, just water weight.
Right. And it can mess up your health.
Oh, for sure.
Then you have the whole fake supplements market. That's just as bad.
Oh, I bet.
Supplements claiming to cure like serious diseases without any science to back it up.
Yikes. Dangerous, too. People might skip real medical treatment because of that.
It's really scary. Like that diabetes cure the article talked about.
That's just awful. Preying on people's hope like that.
It is. And don't forget about those pricey detox and cleansing programs.
Oh, yeah, like those juice cleanses.
Right. Reset your system, they say.
But our bodies can already detox, right? Our liver and kidneys do that.
That's what I thought.
They make it sound like we need this special cleanse.
And like it's this simple thing.
Yeah, it's way more complex than that.
Totally.
And it might not be harmful like a juice cleanse itself.
Right.
But the claims, they're misleading. People might ditch a balanced diet because of them.
That's a good point. What about all those fitness gadgets they're always selling? The ones that promise to, like, tone your muscles without any effort.
Ugh, most of those are bogus, too.
Really? Like that belt that's supposed to melt fat with electrical pulses.
Exactly.
But that can't really work, can it?
Nope, it just doesn't work like that. It plays on our desire for easy results.
Okay, so we've seen some of the traps out there. How can we spot them before we get fooled? Like, what are the warning signs?
The biggest one, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
Makes sense.
Like if a cream says it'll erase wrinkles in a week. Be skeptical?
Yeah, okay, so no quick fixes. What else?
Well, watch out for high-pressure sales if they're pushing you to buy right now. Red flag.
Oh, like saying it's a limited time offer.
Exactly. They don't want you to stop and think.
They want you to just buy it impulsively.
Exactly. And always check the pricing. Those free trials can be tricky.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
You think you're getting a deal, then bam, hidden fees. Recurring charges.
Ugh, sneaky. So always read the fine print, right?
Always. Know what you're signing up for.
So we've talked about scams generally, but the article mentioned that some groups are targeted more than others, like the elderly.
Yeah, it's sad. They often target seniors.
Makes me think of those ads with like vague promises of restoring youthfulness and stuff.
Exactly. They prey on real issues seniors face. And sometimes they don't have the same access to information or tech skills to really research it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's not just about being online. It's about being vigilant everywhere.
You got it.
So what about people dealing with, like, chronic illnesses? How are they targeted?
This is where it gets really troubling. Someone's been struggling for years, maybe tried everything.
Right.
They're desperate for a solution, anything that gives them hope.
So they're more likely to, like, believe those miracle cure claims, even if it sounds too good to be true.
Exactly. Like the article talked about a website selling a supplement to reverse multiple sclerosis. Can you imagine how that must feel for someone battling that disease?
Oh, that's heartbreaking. They're really exploiting people's hope.
That's a great way to put it.
It's not just online either, right? Seniors might fall for phone scams, misleading mail, even door-to-door salespeople.
Right, it's everywhere. So how do we protect ourselves and those we care about? But we'll dive into that in part 2 of our deep dive. We'll talk about tactics to exploit vulnerable groups and how we can protect ourselves and the people we love. It really is disheartening how scammers take advantage, of people who are already vulnerable.
It is.
Like seniors especially, they push products that claim to boost memory or ease joint pain, things like that.
Yeah, I've seen those ads with like vague promises about restoring youthfulness or some ancient secret to cure pain. It's sad.
Exactly. And those claims can be very tempting for older adults. They're dealing with these real issues, looking for relief.
And they might not be as familiar with like how to research those claims online.
That's a good point. They might not have the same tech skills as, say, younger people.
Right. And so beyond the elderly, what about those with chronic illnesses? Are they targeted in specific ways?
Yeah, that's even more disturbing. Imagine someone's been battling a chronic condition for years. They've tried all sorts of treatments maybe, and nothing's really worked.
So they're like desperate for anything that might help.
Exactly. They're clinging to hope. And that makes them, well, more likely to fall for these miracle cure promises.
Even if it sounds, too good to be true.
Right. The article gave this example of a website selling a natural supplement, claimed it could reverse multiple sclerosis.
Wow.
Can you imagine if you were struggling with that disease?
Oh, that's just awful.
Yeah.
It's like they're taking people's hope and using it against them.
Yeah, it's really predatory. And it's not just online scams either. Seniors might get tricked by phone calls, misleading mail, even door-to-door sales.
So it's not just about being careful online. It's about being cautious everywhere.
Exactly.
So how can we protect ourselves and, the people we care about from these tactics?
Yeah.
Especially those who might be more vulnerable.
Communication is key. Talk to your parents, grandparents, anyone you think might be at risk.
Yeah.
Tell them about these scams, the warning signs. Remind them to be skeptical.
And to, question anything that sounds too good to be true. Or if someone is pushing them to decide quickly.
Yes, exactly. Don't let anyone pressure you.
It's also about giving them the power to, get a second opinion, from a doctor or someone they trust.
Right. And to feel okay saying no, like to a pushy salesperson.
Absolutely. It's about education and open communication. Those are the best defenses, I think.
I agree. The article also brought up a really interesting point about celebrity endorsements.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. It's so easy to, automatically trust a product if you see your favorite celebrity promoting it.
Right. You assume they've done their homework, that they wouldn't endorse something harmful.
Yeah, you think they wouldn't risk their reputation like that.
But that's what scammers are counting on, that halo effect. They use it to make their products seem legit, even if it's completely bogus.
So just because a celebrity is promoting something doesn't mean it's safe or effective.
Exactly. Don't just take their word for it. Do your research. Look into the science behind it, or lack thereof.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype. But we need to be critical thinkers, especially when it comes to our health.
I couldn't agree more. And this all kind of ties back to a bigger question, that this deep dive has made me think about a lot.
Okay.
How do we become informed consumers in a world where everyone's shouting about health information?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, social media, online ads, even friends and family, everyone has an opinion or some miracle solution.
It's overwhelming.
It really is. So how do we, sift through all of that and make good decisions about our health? Where do we even begin?
Well, that's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive. We'll talk about strategies for evaluating information, finding reliable sources,
Okay.
and becoming, smarter consumers who can make informed choices for their well-being.
Welcome back. So we've been uncovering the world of health and wellness scams.
Lots of tracks out there.
We've seen how common they are, how to spot them.
And how they target, people who are especially vulnerable.
Right. But now for the big question. How do we actually become informed about our health? With so much info out there, it's hard to know what to believe.
It is. It's like everyone's got an opinion or a miracle cure. But remember, your health is your responsibility. Nobody can take care of it like you can.
True. But it's tough, right?
Yeah.
Social media, ads, even friends and family. It's a lot to process.
It is. So the first thing, skepticism. Don't just accept anything you hear, especially those too good to be true claims.
Question everything.
Exactly. Always ask, what's the source of this information?
Okay, so not just, some random post I see online.
Right, not some flashy website either. Look for trusted sources.
Like what?
Well, the National Institutes of Health, for example, reputable medical journals, or your own doctor.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So that miracle cure I saw advertised on my feed, probably not legit.
Probably not. And always look for evidence. Is there actual research behind the claims?
Not just testimonials, right? Those can be so convincing.
They can. They tug at your heartstrings. But testimonials aren't a substitute for good science.
So if multiple, independent sources are saying the same thing, that's a good sign.
Exactly. It's like that old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
So true. But what about when you find an article or website that sounds, scientific,
Yeah.
but it's full of jargon you don't get?
Don't be intimidated by big words. If it's not clear, dig deeper. Ask a doctor or find explanations from sources that are known for explaining things simply.
Don't just, blindly accept what you read. Be an active participant.
Yes. Ask questions. Demand clarity. If they can't explain it in a way you understand, be wary.
This has been really eye-opening. We've learned a lot about these scams, how they work, how to spot them, and how important it is to be a critical thinker.
Absolutely. And remember, this isn't just about protecting ourselves. It's about looking out for others who might be vulnerable. Think about your parents, grandparents, maybe friends struggling with a health condition.
Yeah, they might be more likely to fall for these scams.
Exactly. So talk to them. Share this information. Those conversations can make a real difference.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. And, with the right information and a bit of healthy skepticism, we can all take control of our health.
Well said.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into health and wellness scams. Stay curious, question everything, and remember, your health is your most valuable asset. Take good care of it.